Casual. Hello, friends.
I love this week.
Yeah.
Augusta.
Masters Week is always one of my favorites.
Do
Can't wait to tune in Thursday at like 7 p.m. when coverage starts.
you think Dan's watching after the drill?
No, I don't think Dan would be able to figure out how to get on Facebook, let alone watch Facebook Live.
I saw a story today. This is probably maybe best served for after the drill. Maybe we should get to like the things that fell through the cracks. But I saw a story this weekend that I've been trying to tell all you social media users. And I mean, I hate to bemoan the very format that you're enjoying right now, all one of you. And that is this. 70% of people don't like social media. Are there disappointed? This includes the people on social media, by the way.
Yeah.
And many times the people on social media are more frustrated and almost unequivocally, it's like 80%. This was like an NBC News survey, too. This isn't like Joe's Cracker Jack.
No, that sounds about right.
See? Well, anyway, and they also said that like 80% feel that social media divides America.
Yeah.
Which is pretty obvious, too.
Yeah, because I think people, like, it lets people kind of glom on to, like, a stance and just lock into it. There's no discourse anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just firing off takes. There's a lot of that. Which was, it was a couple weeks old, but it made me chuckle because I was watching SNL when Idris Elba hosted, and they were doing a game show sketch where it was, like, actors asking if they could play it. And it was, like, it was, like, basically saying, like, you can't play anything because everybody's so sensitive, and the whole segment is brought to you by Twitter. It said, one mistake and we'll kill you.
And that's the truth.
What else? I thought one nugget we talked about on a break we never got to because it was a jam-packed show. We had a lot going on.
That's what happens.
In the NBA over the weekend, Houston, in their win over Phoenix last night, hit 27 threes. That broke the NBA record of 26, which was set all the way back this year by Houston twice. As they made 26 threes in two different games. But someone, I think it was Trey Wingo, pointed out on Twitter that it's funny or ironic or sad if you're a Rockets fan that 27 seems to be the magic number. As last year they missed 27 consecutive threes in their Game 7
That
loss.
was hard to believe.
To Golden State.
To remember that.
27 straight threes they missed.
The Houston Rockets last year in a Game 7 loss of the Western Conference Finals
at home
missed 27 straight threes. You live by the three. And you die by the three.
But you talked about this with the women's game. The
girls are firing up the threes just like the guys are. But Baylor is a relic.
Whole different animal.
Baylor, who won their third national title last night, but they win it every 7 years. By the way, they're going to be held in 2026. The last
buckle up
7-7-7 they have won. In the last 4 games of this tournament in their run, they hit a total of 4 3-pointers. In the final 4 game, the semifinal, they hit 0.
That's crazy.
And they, out of 355 D1 schools in women's basketball, they were 351 in 3-pointers attempted. Now, it helps that they got a couple big old girls that were one was the second team, one was the third team All-American. They're both like between 6'6" and 6'8", so that can change how you can approach the game. But
I mean, most teams, like on the men's side, most teams have made or at least attempted 4 by the first time out.
No doubt about that. I mean, look, I'm really, really, really as shocked about the ratings of the Final Four as I have been about anything. I'm very, very surprised. The ratings for the Final Four with no Zion, no Calipari, no Kentucky, no, with all these blue bloods and big names out, they were up 13%. So what I'm going to do is say, well, then I'm not surprised. Instead, it's proving my other point that I think is going to become more and more noteworthy as we move forward, and that is I really feel like these events need to be on the network on the air broadcast television.
Yes. Because
more and more people, look, there was a time where everyone had cable. First, there was a time where no one had cable. And then everyone had cable, and you could put stuff on cable or ESPN, and it didn't matter. And we have a lot of people now who are now pulling back away from standard cable. You're one of them.
I don't have cable.
You do different streaming services. And, you can watch some sports, but you're not always going to get ESPN or TNT or some of these others.
And that's what I was. I mean, the games are on TBS. I just sort of followed on Twitter, and I saw a little bit of it. But the games were on CBS. I popped up my antenna and watched.
So I wonder if ratings are a little bit higher this year because of that.
Because of the network? Because
you wouldn't have thought they would have been super compelling. Now, we got good games, although Texas Tech is really... is really funny. I mean, well, it's funny, not ha-ha funny, but funny from the standpoint of they've really been the most impressive team. They're they remind me of those Florida teams when they marched through. They didn't have a lot of tough games. Now, they had the one close game with Gonzaga, but I mean, other than that, Texas Tech has pretty much been marching.
They've been handling it.
And they whipped both Michigan and Michigan State. Yeah. Those are two good teams.
Yeah,
so.
They beat Sparty's rear end Saturday night. It wasn't, I think it ended up being a 10-point game, but it didn't feel like a 10-point game. It felt like Texas Tech
had them the whole way.
Controlled it the whole way.
And they did.
And had them.
And they did it without Jarrett Culver, their best player, playing very good until the very end. Now, the very end, he closed it out, and he had like 7 of their last 8 points. But overall, that was a little bit surprising.
A good question for Michael. What's the storyline now for tonight to kind of bring in Joe average fan? They had Auburn.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So even the championship game last year was on TBS, and none of it. Okay. So again, it's going to be hard to directly compare. Maybe we'll tomorrow compare the CBS number, and it may not be available tomorrow, but this week we'll compare the CBS number to the last CBS number.
Yeah, to 2 years ago.
That's apples to apples.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Listen, I love basketball. I love college basketball. Right. I have a job. I love sports, so I don't need a hook. But I get what you're saying. I mean, they're anonymous teams, man.
If you
anonymous teams you could ask 1,000 people at the town center to name one player for either Texas Tech or Virginia, and you're going to have 950 who can't.
Yeah. And the downside, too, if you're Joe Average fan, you flip on the game, it's going to be gross basketball to watch, more than likely. The over-under is at 118. I feel like the under might be a good play there. It's not going to be sexy basketball. You're not going to see a lot of high flying. It's going to be two real grinded out defensive teams. Slogging it out into the very end, and one of them's going to cut down the nets and be the champ. I think Virginia is the by Vegas standards is the favorite, but I don't think by a wide margin.
We also had Steve Sands of NBC Golf and the Golf Channel on with us today with an early look at the Masters, which tees off later in the week. And Steve went with Rory McIlroy.
1.5 and 118 is our lines tonight.
The Virginia about 1.5. The over-under's gone up, actually, to 118.
118.
I'd play the under, man. Yeah. If I was playing out.
Sounds like everybody's playing the under.
Yeah. They're playing the over if it went up a little.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would I think a lot. Look, if you are watching after the drill, you're probably going to be watching the basketball. Probably. We're speaking to people who watch the Super Bowl and nothing else. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, listen, if you listen to 1010XL, you're probably going to watch the game, or at least part of it.
Or at least you're going to have on something like you might be watching. Like, you'll be watching the Braves, and you may flip back and forth.
Correct.
If the Cubs are on tonight, I'd probably be going back and forth.
I will be dead asleep at 9:30 as I get up tomorrow at 3 a.m. and watch the game before I come to work.
The 9:20 tip.
It's brutal. It sucks. I mean, it sucks for us. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if you're a guy...
We get up as early as anyone in town.
Right. For us, it stinks. If
I would like to be able
about ourselves.
Yeah, I would like... I tell you one thing, though. If you get used... and I can do it because I get up so early. I can never do this before because I am this. If I tape, say, the Braves game, and I'm going to watch their DVR, I keep saying tape, DVR the Braves game, and I'm going to watch it the next morning, if I so much as see the score, I won't watch it, win or lose. I have to not know the score. And the beautiful thing about our schedule now is you're not going to find out. No one's going to call you and blow it. No one's going to, I get up at 3 a.m, and as long as I don't, go to ESPN.com or wherever, I'm not going to know who won the game. So I really watch it as if it's just happening.
Right.
So, amazingly, even with a 9:20 tip, tonight's national championship game is going to start at 3:05 Eastern Time.
It should be very exciting.
Yeah, it should be very exciting. Really looking forward to it.
Tomorrow, D-Rock in. So
Hickens off this week. We haven't figured it out now. We're not going to oversell it.
No.
But he's off and, enjoying the good times.
And hopefully between the collected efforts of you and Taylor Dowell, we will acquire a pickled egg.
She was supposed to eat the pickled egg. Now, the bad news, she didn't eat the pickled egg. The good news is we can just delay it till later in the week. Maybe we do it Friday.
Maybe.
I mean,
The hunt is on.
Yeah, you used to find, I don't know what America's come to, you could usually find those disgusting pickled eggs at every turn, but not so much anymore.
People have wisened.
So next time you guys, whenever you guys stop and get your pack of smokes, pick us up a pickled egg if you
grab some Newports. Take a look around, see what those orders
I can't do any more communication.
You've done as best you can. You brought it today, buddy.
I'm going to bring it tomorrow, too.
It's an A+.
I will bring it tomorrow.
A+ today, Gurgens. About C- for me. F- for Taylor for failing to acquire the pickled egg. But we'll try again tomorrow. That's one thing we do. We get up and we try again.